You see animals and how instinctive animals are, and animals instinctively do certain things in certain moments. We're exactly the same. We have these deep lying instincts, and the work of Carl Jung was then evolved in this area by two chaps, Gillette and Moore, and they created a book called Lover, Warrior, Magician and King, each of the four energies as they named them in that way, and then they had a book dedicated to each one. And what they talk about in these books is what we've talked about here. Is we've talked about the kind of immature side of each one of these four archetypal energies, and the immature side is essentially a safety place we go to, because it's the side where, but they also have these beautiful mature sides. I mean, the energy which wants you to run and retreat is also a very loving energy. It's a very connected energy. It wants everybody to get on. It wants everybody to be loving and connected, which is why when there's this something comes up which is the opposite of that, they just want to run, just want to retreat, because I just want love and connection, I just want to cuddle. We can talk when you're ready for a cuddle, but until then, no. And these people are beautiful at creating loving space and nurturing environments and everything else. And the energy that wants to rear its teeth and wants to be aggressive, this is an amazing energy for getting something done and talking straight and stepping into yourself and taking on challenges and following.
Ownership? Is it about ownership?
Owning yourself, and 100%, great word. And following what you instinctively feel is right, and being in your truth, standing in your power. The more trickster kind of energy that we're talking about, is yes. Your example was lovely. That's why I gave you the little queen's hello. This is more about problem solving and creativity. You think about the example you gave, and gentle and benevolent manipulation of a situation. You're crafting an experience in the moment for somebody to have to get to a certain place and take you both through different things. You're like a magician, crafting this beautiful journey with your words and your energy to take somebody into another place. And this archetypal energy is the archetypal energy of creation and evolution and development, and it's very, very beautiful. And then the final one, which we described as kind of the immature side, being petulance and that kind of thing. This is the energy which Gillette and Moore called the sovereign energy. And the petulance comes from like the Little Prince syndrome, and the kind of mature side is being very much just able to be self-sufficient, stand in your own, caring for the good of the kingdom kind of thing, being able to look after yourself and stand on your own 2 feet, whether that be financially, whether that be energetically, whether that be creatively, whatever that may be. The true benevolent king or queen. We all see these in different movies, we can connect to that. They're just role models for like everything, like the complete all-rounder. But as you look at these energies, and if you look at like movies about royalty, the king will have, King Arthur had Merlin, he had his magician there, and Merlin was the one for creating things and making magic happen, while King Arthur was controlling the troops, not from an aggressive perspective, but to maintain peace within the kingdom and everything else. And that's where these energies live within you. And you look at nursery rhymes and stories throughout the ages, and they've understood a lot of the time these archetypal energies. And these archetypal energies have manifested in those stories as characters. And this is where it becomes beautiful, because when you watch these characters, it resonates so deeply with you. Why? Because this character is connecting to an energy that you instinctively feel is part of your being. So it really is phenomenal. So when we talk about these four different energies, and I've given you a mature and immature example of each. When you study this work, and if you study this work, you realize that there is incredible depth. There's many, many variations, many shades. It's not black and white. There's all the shades of grey that go in between. So if you're really interested in getting under the bonnet of this and understanding the finer mechanics, they're great to do. So there's a lot of resource out there to understand this deeply, but there is incredible power for me in understanding the four key areas. Is getting a balance in the middle of all four. Being able to use all four of the mature sides, being able to use the mature side of the warrior energy to stand on your own 2 feet, to go out there and take action and take ownership in the moment and everything else. To be able to use the mature side of the lover to connect to those around you and create beautiful space and everything else. Connect to the mature side of the magician so that you can connect with your divine creativity and make things happen and make those projects come manifest and create the business and the companies that you want to create. and to connect to the mature side of the sovereign, so you can be self-sufficient, self-sustainable, in every angle of every respect of life.